Now, when it comes to instrument making and you're looking for a resonant wood, rosewood is the one that everyone goes to. Well, in this Snare Saturday video, I'm going to introduce you maybe to a new alternative species you didn't know about and make it a solid shell. What's going on, everybody? Nick Costa here, and in this video I am going to be showing you the MCD 5.5 by 14 steam bent solid Padauk snare drum. This was one of the drums that I helped build for MCD, also known as Master Crafted Drums, and in this video you're going to hear why combining a steam bent solid shell with this specific species of wood, how you can get something that is very resonant and versatile. Now, before we dive into this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification. That way you're notified of any additional content that I upload to the channel. So, Padauk, or Padauk, it's another African species of wood. One of the most popular ones for instrument making, like I mentioned in the intro of this video, is rosewood. And when it comes to percussion instruments, that's the primary wood that is used for marimba bars. Now, a little fun fact for you, if your marimba doesn't have rosewood bars, it has bars made out of Padauk. Now, both are African species woods and both are very resonant. Now, the majority of Padauk is a reddish orange in color. However, it can vary to be a little more of a pinkish orange and even can go to a deep brownish red. Now, regardless, it's a beautiful species of wood that you can use to build drums and just clear coat if you want. And that's exactly what we did with this particular drum. It is a steam bent solid shell. So once again, one piece of wood that is bent together. So the only glue that is on it is for the scarf joint where the two ends meet, as well as the re-rings on the top and bottom. Now, speaking of re-rings, most of the time your re-rings in a drum are made out of maple. Now, with this particular drum, they're made out of rosewood. So this shell is very resonant. Now, the shell was milled down to a 1/4 inch thickness, which is pretty common for steam bent solids. Now, for hardware, I decided to go with black nickel just because I thought it would match the black grains in the shell a little bit more than chrome. So the drum was outfitted with 10 double-sided tube lugs as well as 2.3 millimeter triple flange hoops. Because once again, I wanted a drum that was very resonant. Now, throw-off is a Trick 007 3-point position throw-off, which started to become standard on all later MCD model snare drums, and it even had the updated MCD logo etched on it. Now, originally on this drum, I had a Remo Ambassador Fiber Skin 3 head on the top and a Remo Ambassador snare side head on the bottom. The reason why I went with that fiber skin was because this drum in particular I was using for a lot of small group jazz gigs that I was doing, and I really wanted to get a lot of definition with brushwork. Now, it's a little bit different than all the other heads on all the drums from the earlier videos in the Snare Saturday series, not only because it looks different, but because of the construction of the drum head. It's supposed to mimic the drum heads from back in the day that were made out of calf skin, but it uses synthetic products instead to get a similar sound, last a little bit longer, and maybe be a bit more pet friendly. Now, these heads are 2 plies. The first ply is 10 mils thick and it is laminated to a 3-ply poly spun fiber. This brings out a lot of mid-range in your drum, and with one like this that is very resonant, it might not really show the versatility of it. So to make the playing field as equal as possible, for this video I decided to swap out that head with a Remo Ambassador X coated because 1, that's my go-to drum head, and 2, that head was used on a lot of the drums in this Snare Saturday series, unless of course I put a CS dot on it to control the sound of the drum. This is going to help you hear not only the versatility of this drum, but it's not going to choke the drum out when I start getting into higher tuning ranges. And that is an awesome feature of having a steam bent solid. Now, just like every other demo video that I upload to the channel, I'm going to put this drum through the ringer by going and playing a few different tunings. This is going to allow you to hear not only the versatility of this drum, but also give me a little bit of a higher probability to get a tuning range that you prefer. So, enough of me talking, let's dive in. as you can hear in the lower tunings, this drum is very resonant. It has a pretty long hum sustain that happens after you hit the drum, which is pretty surprising because it's only a 5.5 by 14. What was really surprising to me is when I started to get into those higher tunings, however, the drum started to react as if it was a metal drum and had a lot of higher overtones and characteristics. But that's just my opinion on the drum, and I would love to hear what you thought of this drum, so make sure that you leave it in the comment section below, letting me know. Also, if you have any other additional questions, feel free to leave that in the comment section as well, and I'll try my best to answer them. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. That way it makes it a little bit easier for others to find it. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see some of the earlier videos from the Snare Saturday series, I've put a link to the playlist in the description below. And that is it. Thank you so much for checking out this video on the MCD 5.5 by 14 solid Padauk snare drum. And until next time, see you later.